technical analysis for bio-nanogenomics. We're going to be looking at short-term and long-term outlooks, what the probabilities are of breaking to the outside or downside on this bull flag. We're also going to be taking a look at my personal price targets for the end-of-year bull case and bear case scenario. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 touch points on this bottom trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touch points on this bottom one, on this top one, I mean. Okay, this is bull flag. Here we go, consolidation, run up consolidation. We're in the consolidation period of this bull flag. As you can see, one of these trend lines is going to be broken very soon. It's going to happen in the pre-market, heading into the open on Monday, I suspect. And personally, this is not financial advice, but I do expect we will be breaking to the upside, potentially all the way up to test this trend line, this more macroeconomic trend line up here. 1, 2 touch points right there. Okay, why do I think this is going up? Here's why. 40.41 on the RSI. I'm getting that number right here. 40.41. What typically happens when a stock is that low? Well, typically 30 is oversold. Anything under 30 is oversold. Anything over 70 is overbought. Let's look at what happened last time it was touching the 40-30 level, okay? Let's look right here. Consolidation, okay? 30, touching the 50s, hanging around the 40s, 50s, touch 44.52, and then boom, next move higher. Okay, this typically happens. It's not necessarily indicative that will happen for sure. Nothing's for sure in the stock market, and these are just technical analysis indicators to give us an idea of the probability of where they're going to go. But let's take a look at another example, okay? This one touched all the way down at 35.83. This is where I'm getting it from, 35.83. Then boom, all the way up, okay? 5 to almost 10. It's almost 100%, guys. 100%. 100% happening right here? Possibly. I definitely think it's going to at least break up here, and then probably touch this. That does have a high probability of happening. But let's take a look at a macroeconomic perspective. Okay, we don't want to be just pumping stocks out here. We're going to be giving you both sides of the argument always. Okay, Fibonacci retracement. Start at the base of the run up, move to and put the top part at the highest peak of the run up. Here we go. Fibonacci retracements, typically you want to see them hold higher support levels. Each one of these, 1067, 876, 874, all these are support levels, okay? And the percentage, this is how much you've given back since the top, okay? You see the top is 0%, of course, because you're at the top. Now if you drop to 1067 from there, from 1379, which should be 1385, but it's about there. So you'd be giving back 23.6%. Okay. Typically, right now we are holding this 23.6 retracement level. We've got one touch point right there, a couple iffy touch points right there. Okay, they're not always exact. These are technical analysis indicators. They're not going to be perfect. They're just to give us an idea of where we're going. Okay, but a potentially bearish sign, if we break this 1067 mark, roughly 1060s, 1070s, 1050s, around there, we will have nothing technically, from the technical analysis standpoint, stopping us from dipping all the way to 874. I don't think that's happening. I don't think there's much chance of that happening, but you never know, especially with all the catalysts potential catalysts upcoming. I don't see that happening. Okay. Much more chance of breaking to the upside, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. Okay, let's look at some fundamental stats here. Okay, insider ownership. This is a good sign to see. Okay, this is fairly high, 5.4%. 8 million shares of insider owning. That's fairly good. How much is that exactly? Well, I figured it out for you. You're welcome. $90 million insiders are holding in the stock. That's a good sign. Doesn't mean you should invest in it blindly. Do your own due diligence, but it's a good sign. Okay, short volume ratio, short interest. This is how many people are shorting the stock, which means they're basically betting that it's going down, and they pull the price down. Okay, imagine if ARK invests in this. Firstly, these shorts that are paying attention, which they should be. If they're not, they're going to lose a lot of money. But if they are paying attention, they will cover. They will buy back at a higher price, and that's going to send it higher alone. Plus, add ARK buying millions of shares of this, and their cult following at buying a lot of shares. This is going to double, if not triple, when that happens, and that can happen anytime. Okay, why can that happen anytime? We're going to be looking right over here in this tab right here. But first, institutional ownership. Let's take a look real fast. 49 institutional owners. That's a fairly good sign. Okay, 10% institutional shares. That's, it's nothing bad. It's not. I wouldn't say it's necessarily as bullish as this stat right here, the insider ownership, but it's not a bearish sign by any means. Okay, this will be linked in the description. This is Reddit. Take it for what it is. This is the BioNano thread. Here we go. Why this person believes mapping is going to be far more important than cancer research and the sequencing. I implore you to give this a read if you are considering investing or adding more shares in BioNano. This basically goes on to say the possibilities that cancer will have there will be many benefits for BioNano as far as cancer researching goes with their genome sequencing. Okay, give that a look. And here's what we all been waiting for, right? I mean, if you haven't seen this, I don't know what you're doing. But if you haven't, optical mapping, this is ARC's 2021. This is on Reddit. Again, I'm not actually subscribed to ARC, so I don't actually have the report. But this is from the ARC 2021 Big Ideas report. Optical mapping, BioNano is in there. I mean, we could see a direct offering coming soon with ARC securing many shares. They definitely want to get in. I mean, why else would they have this here? So that is why. That is basically the evidence suggesting ARC may invest in this. Okay, also price targets. Okay, I may be called crazy for this. Don't care. End of year safe price target 50. Many people will consider this an extremely bullish price target. Okay, when you factor in all these things, ARC possibly investing. I mean, ARC investing in it is enough, honestly, to give it this upside, and even this upside, if you ask me. It's just because their Sapphire system has so much potential. But factor in all these other indicators. The technicals look amazing as well. I mean, we already went over the technicals. This has, I mean, I have full confidence, unless there's a huge market crash and we just don't recover. This is what I expect to happen. This doesn't mean go spend your life savings on it, but it's a good investment, I believe. But do your own due diligence. Okay? Follow a video on March 4th or 5th to see how these price targets did. Check out the last video if you haven't. Thank you.